Hi there, Bethany. Come on in. This is your first time coming to our house, isn't it? We've only ever met for dinners and coffees outside, haven't we? Please do make yourself at home and don't be nervous, sweetheart. Also, I'm sorry if things are a little messy still. I cleaned in a bit of a rush and I'm worried I might not have done a thorough enough job. What are you talking about? This place is spick and span. I could eat my dinner off the floor, it's so clean. If you don't mind, I'll just take a seat on the sofa here.
Huh? What's going on here? Mom, who's this?
Oh my goodness. This is your first time meeting my youngest, isn't it, Bethany? She's on the hockey team at school and spends a lot of time practicing in the evenings, so she's not been able to join us for our previous meetups. Come on over and say hi, Callie. This is Bethany, your brother's fiancé. Now, you'd better be on your best behavior.
Oh, is that today? I thought she was coming tomorrow. I'm still in my pajamas and I didn't even brush my teeth or anything.
Well, she's here now, so you had better be nice and polite and say hello to her.
Hi, Bethany. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Callie. I really hope we can become the best of friends.
Yeah, sure. By the way, Bethany, are you really dating my brother? If you are, do you have some kind of mental illness? To be honest, I thought he had been pretending to have a girlfriend this whole time. But here you are in the flesh. And you're actually pretty. When I imagine my brother's girlfriend, I always imagined a big snotty ogre like him. Not somebody nice, pretty, and normal like you.
Callie! There's no need to say things like that. No, it's fine. Yes, I am actually dating your brother. And no, I'm not an ogre. In fact, I even accepted his proposal and we're planning to get married.
Ew! My brother proposing? That's actually disgusting. Just thinking about it makes me want to throw up. Ugh. Wait, does that mean that you actually, kiss him and stuff? That is beyond gross. I feel so sorry for you. Are you sure you don't want to reconsider your decision?
Callie! Where are your manners?
But why do you want to marry my brother, Bethany? I'd advise against it if I were you. Do you know exactly how annoying he can be? He doesn't even give me an allowance even though he makes tons of money. And he's always bossing me around, making me do this or that.
Would you please be quiet already? That's not what you say to your brother's fiancé when she's barely even sat herself down.
All I'm doing is giving her a fair warning about what he's really like. It's better she finds out now than after the wedding, so she can be spared the messy divorce. Mom! Why are you hitting me? Mom, seriously, stop hitting me! Bethany, please help me!
What? We only just met and she's already trying to run and hide behind my back? Hey! You come back here this instant, young lady! Come here at once while I'm still being nice. Don't run away from me. Don't you dare lock yourself in your room when I'm still talking to you. That's it! You're going to bed without dinner tonight. You must have been really caught off guard, huh? Are you okay? I had no idea such an amusing scene would unfold when I wasn't there. You think this is amusing? I was really worried. I thought they were really fighting. Oh no, they never really fight. This kind of thing happens basically every single day, so there's no need for you to worry about it. Even so, I never had a family and I never had siblings, so I'm not sure what to expect. I seriously had no idea whether to be concerned or not. I don't know what's normal and what isn't in those kinds of relationships. You'll get used to it after you spend some more time with them. Callie knows she'll get smacked if she says things like that, but she always acts so cocky, no matter who she's talking to. You said you had a pretty big age gap with your sister, right? How many years did you say there were between you? Probably quite a lot, considering she thinks of you as a big snotty ogre. There's a 12-year age difference between us. She's in her junior year of high school right now. So that would make her 17? That's a pretty difficult age. Is it really okay for us to be getting married when she's going through such a sensitive period of her life?
We decided that I would come and live with you and your family after we get married. So don't you think she's going to resent me coming in and disrupting her routine?
Why are you worrying about stuff like that? You really don't need to worry about her. She's not the kind of kid who would be bothered by something like this. So stop stressing about it, okay?
Even so, you never know exactly how people are going to feel until they've been put in a situation. When I was her age, I was so lonely because I had no family. But the lady who ran the orphanage I grew up in guided me on the right path, and I was able to grow into an adult without any problems. If she hadn't, I think I would have ended up being quite rebellious.
I think you would be cute with a rebellious streak.
Hey!
It's a joke, it's just a joke. But anyway, nothing like that is going to happen, so you don't need to be worrying too much. Callie is a little thoughtless and a bit rude, but she isn't the kind of kid who would rebel just because I decided to get married.
Are you sure? Before I married my husband, I worried a lot about his younger sister. For someone like me who grew up in an orphanage, family relationships were quite alien. I especially had no idea how to go about dealing with the feelings of a younger sibling. Because of that, I found it difficult to figure out how to treat my new sister-in-law, who I had a pretty large age gap with. Especially considering the fact that she spoke quite bluntly, which, although I know is typical behavior for someone her age, it didn't make it any easier for me to figure out how to talk to her. Well, Bethany, I was really surprised that you came to live with us after getting married. Not many people do that these days. Most young women want to stay as far away as they possibly can from their in-laws, from what I've heard.
Oh, I'm more than happy to live with you all.
Your parents are always so nice to me. And I never had a family of my own, so it's nice to experience a happy family environment for the first time in my life. Even so, I would still have not particularly wanted to do it in your position. So you really don't have any family at all? Well, does that mean that you don't even know what your parents look like? You've never even lived with them before?
Yes, for as long as I can remember, I lived in the orphanage.
Did the lady in charge beat you and make you do chores just like they do in the movies?
No, it wasn't like that at all. She was actually very, very nice to me, and I was treated very well. However, because there were lots of kids living there together, I wasn't able to receive any kind of special attention. But she always tried her best to make sure each and every one of us were as comfortable and as happy as possible.
Wow, I'm so jealous. That actually sounds really nice. I think I'm going to die from hearing my mom and dad nagging at me one of these days, you know. I guess you spent your entire life without having to have a mom nag at you before, right? I'm really jealous of that.
Well, I'm actually jealous of you. I would have done anything to hear the sound of my parents nagging at me. It's something I've never experienced before.
Why on earth would you want to be nagged at? It's so annoying. And you see how much my mom nags at me, don't you? So how could you say that you actually want to be subjected to that? If it's not, do your homework. It's clean your room. Or ever since you moved in with us, it's been, do you think your sister-in-law is your maid? Go and cook yourself your own dinner. Ugh, just thinking about all the things she says makes me feel worn out.
That's just one of her ways of expressing her love for you. You'll understand one day, when you're all grown up.
I don't think I'll understand even when I am all grown up. And hey! I'm actually all grown up already, I'll have you know.
Yes, of course. By the way, Callie, isn't it time for you to be heading out to school? You're going to be late if you keep eating.
Oh? Oh no, you're right! Look at the time! It's just that I'm not used to eating breakfast in the morning, so I had no idea that it was so late. What should I do? I'll be in huge trouble if I miss the bus.
Shall I drive you to school today?
You would do that for me?
Yes, of course. You're late because you were eating the breakfast that I made for you, so it's only fair that I do something to make up for it. Now quickly go take a shower and get dressed, and then we can hop in the car as soon as you're ready.
Thank you so much, Bethany. You're the best. I'll be really quick.
Callie, don't forget that today is your class picnic. I made your packed lunch to take with you, so make sure that you don't leave it behind. Oh, a lunchbox. That's the first I'm hearing of this. Did Callie not tell you? Her year group are going on a field trip today, and the school sent out a letter saying that they needed to take a packed lunch because they would be having a picnic. Callie came to me around 2 weeks ago and asked me to make one for her. Callie, those are the kinds of things that you should be telling me about. Why would you go and bother your sister-in-law about something like this? You can't just boss her around like that.
Well, if I told you about it, Mom, you would just make me a boring lunch with ham and cheese sandwiches or something like that. I want to have a pretty packed lunch like everyone else.
Then just tell me that's what you want instead of ordering your sister-in-law to do it.
Well, to be honest, Mom, Bethany cooks 100 times better than you do. She also plates things up in a way that makes them look really pretty. Whereas you, Mom, well, you're a little cack-handed.
Hey! You! Christina, please don't get angry with her. Callie, I made the beef burritos and mac and cheese like you asked. I put them in an insulated bag so that they stay warm, so don't forget to bring it back when you finished.
You really are the best, Bethany. Did you put some fruit in there as well?
Yes, I made sure to put some strawberries in because I know that they're your favorites. Wow, Callie, you really are one lucky kid. I was wondering why Bethany said she didn't have time to pack my lunch for work this morning, and it was because she had been slaving over the lunch you bullied her into making you instead. Anyone would think that you were her husband with that fancy little lunchbox you got there.
Hey! Get your filthy paws off my lunchbox. Bethany made it for me, not for you. You can go eat in your company's cafeteria or whatever as far as I care. Stop buying up my lunchbox.
I might just snatch it up right now and take it to work with me. I'll be able to appreciate it more than you anyway. And all my coworkers will be so jealous when they see it.
Don't you dare touch it, you dirty pig!
How dare you talk to your brother like that? Things are already this crazy and it's still first thing in the morning. At first, I found it hard to adapt to the atmosphere in my in-laws' house. But I suppose humans are meant to be adaptable creatures, and I soon started to get used to how things were there. Even though there were other kids with me in the orphanage, I felt like it was always silent and that I was always lonely. Now, even though I'm only part of a family of 5, there's never a quiet moment in this house, especially in the mornings. Making a big breakfast every morning is somewhat of a habit of mine, and at first my in-laws found it hard to get used to, because they never ate breakfast before. However, after a while of eating the breakfast I made for them, they started to say that they felt if they didn't eat breakfast, they would be so hungry that they wouldn't even be able to make it through to lunch. Even if they were going to be late for work or school, they always made a point of eating breakfast before they left the house in the mornings. My sister-in-law, who was still growing, especially enjoyed eating the food I made. Her loudly declaring that my food was better than her mom's and then her mom whacking her on the back became a daily occurrence. But then, even my mother-in-law would say that my cooking is both tastier and healthier than the food you can get from restaurants. And in no time, they had abandoned going out to eat all the time in favor of eating together at home. My sister-in-law, who always shouted, "What's for dinner today?" upon opening the door when she came back from school. My mother-in-law, who is always nagging her to be quiet when she comes in. My husband, who follows in discreetly and greets me cheerfully. My father-in-law, who always seems stern but is actually very kind-hearted. Over time, I began to slot into their daily lives and they started to get used to having me around. I never thought there would come a time when I would get to be around people I see as my family. Oh, it's an unknown number? What could it be? I better take it just in case it's a call from Callie's school or something. Hello? Hello there. Am I speaking to Bethany? Yes, this is Bethany. Who is this? May I ask what you're calling me about? It's me, Beth. It's your mom. I'm sorry, what did you just say? I'm your mom, Beth. What on earth is going on here? I'm sorry, but I don't have any parents. If this is some kind of voice phishing prank, you should probably get your facts straight first. I'm serious, Beth. I'm your mom. I'm really your mom. This really is one terrible prank. I will be hanging up now. Wait, Beth. Don't hang up on me. I really am your mom. My name is Delia. I left you at Brook Lodge Orphanage 30 years ago. You must have at least heard my name before, right?
Delia. That is for sure the name that the lady at the orphanage told me when I asked about my mom. Even if it is the same name, there is no way that this can actually be my mom after all these years. Can it?
You don't know my name. Then do you remember the blanket that I wrapped you in when I gave you to the orphanage? I'm sure they must have let you keep it with you. Why, the blanket that was so wide and barely big enough to cover my stomach. The one with frills around the edges.
That is an exact description of the blanket I had as a child.
I made that blanket myself and wrapped you in it when I left you there. And my initials and yours are written there in the corner, aren't they? I embroidered them on by hand myself. Surely you remember that blanket at least.
Are you really my mom? The mom who gave birth to me?
Yes, I am. I'm so glad that you finally believe me.
Why are you contacting me out of the blue like this, after all this time? Do you have any idea how many years it's been since you left me in the orphanage? A lot has changed since then. Why would you reach out to me now, having not made a single attempt to try and contact me before? And how did you even find out my number in the first place?
I'm so sorry. I really did want to see you all this time. It was just at first, living on my own was far too difficult, so I wasn't able to come and find you. And then when things became a little more stable, I daren't try and find you because I was so ashamed. I didn't know how to face you after abandoning you like that before you could even walk.
Then you should have just carried on living in shame. Why now? Why this timing? You should have just carried on living as if you never existed to me.
I just couldn't hold it in any longer. I wanted to see you so badly. How could I possibly just forget all about you and carry on living my life? You're the child that I gave birth to. Bethany, please. Will you meet up with me just once? I won't ask anything from you. I just want to see your face. I have a lot of apologizing to do. I really don't think that I can convey everything I need to say to you over the phone. I think it would be best for us to talk face to face. I am well aware that it's incredibly selfish of me to even ask. But would you please just say that you'll meet up with me just once? Please, Beth. My child.
I'm home from school! Oh, Bethany? What are you doing with that box?
Oh, Callie.
Why are you back so early? Don't you usually have hockey practice after school today? The coach had something come up at the last minute, so practice was canceled today. We have to do a makeup session on the weekend instead, which is really annoying.
Oh, come to think of it, I think that I did receive a text about that from the school. I'm so sorry. I'll make you something to eat right away. You must be hungry.
I'm not too hungry right now. Don't worry. You weren't expecting me back this early, so you can just prepare dinner at your own pace as you normally would. But why have you got that big box out? You brought that with you when you moved in, didn't you? Even when you unpacked everything else, I noticed that particular box remained unopened, and it made me really curious about what might be inside.
You can think of this as my treasure chest, I suppose. It has all my treasures right back from when I was little in it. I just couldn't bring myself to throw it away, even after becoming an adult.
Wow, there must be lots of interesting things in there. Wow, look at this! It's so old-fashioned. I heard about this kind of thing from my brother, but I'd never seen one before. So this is what they look like. Oh, what's that you're carrying there, Bethany?
This was my comfort blanket from when I was a baby. It was the only trace I had of my birth mom, so it was very precious to me.
This is a blanket? It's super tiny and old-looking. But still, it doesn't look too shabby. I thought that a blanket this old would look a little shabbier than this.
It's the blanket I was wrapped in when I was born, which is why it's so tiny. When my birth mom left me at the orphanage, this is the blanket that she wrapped me in.
Oh, I see. That explains it then.
Because it was all I had left of my mom, I would carry it around with me all day, every day, refusing to let go of it. It obviously started to get a little dirty and beat up, and the lady who looked after me kept trying to get it off my hands so that she could wash it, but I just wouldn't give it to her. After a while, she just gave up trying to take it away from me and taught me how to wash it myself. So, with my small hands, I carefully hand washed it, hung it out to dry in the sunlight, and even now I'm still hand washing it regularly.
Ah, so the thing you were washing in the sink instead of using the washing machine was this all along. So even though it's old, it hasn't become discolored because you've been taking such good care of it all these years. That's fascinating. But why did you get it out of the box all of a sudden? Are you washing it again today?
Oh, no, I was just feeling a bit nostalgic. That's why I got it out today.
Ah, I see. That makes me feel really curious about what's triggered this nostalgia. People never just suddenly start thinking about the past. There's always some kind of trigger that makes them want to start reminiscing. Let me think. Oh! Maybe your first love got back in touch with you or something like that. Is that it? Come on, Bethany, tell me how you're feeling.
It's just I'm not quite sure how to talk to somebody about this.
Hey, come on. It's me. I'll be very upset if you feel like you can't share things with me, you know? Are you looking down on me just because I'm younger than you? Don't be like that and just tell me what's happened.
Well, the truth is, my birth mother got in contact with me today.
What? Your birth mother? The lady who actually gave birth to you? Not the lady who raised you in the orphanage.
Yes, the one who gave birth to me. I thought it was some kind of voice phishing prank at first, but she knew too much about me for that to be the case. The thing that made me realize that it really must be my mother is that she was able to perfectly describe this blanket to me. She told me that she had embroidered my initials and hers on the corner, and they are undoubtedly there. My entire life, I thought it had just been a little bit of thread, but it really is our initials.
I don't know how she has the audacity to contact you out of the blue like that. She hasn't shown her face once in all these years. Why is she coming to interfere with your life now?
She told me that she had wanted to see me this whole time, and the reason that she never came to find me until now is because she was too ashamed to face me. She just kept saying that she wanted to meet up and apologize for everything that happened over the years.
Are you planning on going to meet her?
I'm not really sure.
Why are you even considering it? The obvious answer is to shut her down straight away. She's the person who abandoned you when you were a baby and didn't bother to get in contact with you until now. If you can't even remember what her face looks like, then she's as good as a stranger to you, isn't she? You shouldn't even need to think about this.
I really do want to just think of her as a stranger, but it's easier said than done.
I think you're being a little too naive here. How can you even entertain meeting up with her?
But she's my mother, and I've never even seen her face once in my entire life. I am really happy living with you and your family right now. But there's this weird feeling I just can't shake off at the thought of being in the same room as the person who gave birth to me. It's as if I'm drawn to her, and I can't just cut her off without hearing her out. Although if I do see her, I don't know what I'm going to say to her.
But Bethany...
I think that this feeling is really difficult for somebody who has a family to understand. Especially as you're still young. You've always had your parents and your brother by your side, so you're easily able to say things like, "You shouldn't give her a chance." But for me, I grew up being shunned by the other kids at school for not having a mom, and I always wondered what it would be like to have a mom. What I would say if I were able to talk to my mom. I just keep thinking about all those thoughts that I had during my childhood, and I can't easily make a decision.
I can see how that's how things would be from your perspective. But are you not planning to tell my mom, dad, and brother about this?
I think if I tell them, they're all just going to end up worrying about me. I think for now it would be best to not tell them. Would you be able to keep this a secret for me? I think I'm going to need to mull this over by myself for a while. If I do decide to go and meet her, only then will I tell them about this.
Okay, I understand. I'll keep this a secret for you. But I have one condition. If anything happens with your mom, you need to tell me about it straight away. And if you do decide to go and see her, you had better tell me about it so that we can go together, okay?
Okay,
I will. Thank you, Callie. Although I told my sister-in-law that I would tell her if I decided to go and meet my birth mom, it really wasn't that easy. It isn't the sort of thing that's easy to talk about with someone I have such a large age gap with. I also didn't want to burden her with this too much, taking into account the fact that she isn't my real sister. I eventually came to the conclusion that it was unfair for me to get her involved with my problems when she never asked for any of this. After mulling it over in my head for a few days, I eventually decided to go and meet my birth mom. There was no particular reason that prompted my decision. I just suddenly felt very strongly that I should go and see her. Is this what it means to be led by a bond connected by blood? Just hearing the words birth mom made me feel that I couldn't ignore the situation. In the end, I decided to keep the fact that I was going to see my birth mom a secret from my sister-in-law. I really hated the idea of making her worry about me. Of course, I didn't say a single word to my husband or his parents either. Because I didn't want to run into any of them, I deliberately chose to meet her in a busy cafe far away from our neighborhood. Are you Delia, by any chance?
Bethany. Beth? Is that really you? My daughter! Your face hasn't changed one bit since you were a baby.
There's no need to get out to greet me. I don't want to draw too much attention to ourselves.
You've grown into such a beauty. It's because you take after your mother, you see.
That doesn't really feel like a compliment. You look like a sick person, worn out from exhaustion. Are you ill or something like that?
Are you worrying about me? I'm fine. There's no need to worry. I've just been running around to and fro and I ended up losing a lot of weight.
What do you mean by that?
Ever since I left you at the orphanage, I've been wandering around without settling anywhere. I tried selling goods at the market, going door to door, and even got evicted when I couldn't pay the rent. There's not a place I haven't been to in the entire country.
Even if that is the case, you practically look emaciated.
I feel as if the only thing I have left is you. The only person who is truly connected to me. We are mother and daughter, connected by a blood bond. You're my only child in the whole world, and I would hate to throw away the chance to have a relationship with you. I know it's really shameless of me to even ask to see you, but I just missed you so much all this time. I'm so happy that I finally get to see you.
I see. Well, now we've both seen each other's faces. That should be enough, right? Do you need anything else?
Did you not miss me? Did you never think about trying to find me? How can you be so cold towards me? I've been beside myself with excitement ever since you told me that you would agree to come and meet me today. But I see you didn't feel the same.
There was a time when I missed you. There was a time when I would have given anything to be able to see you. Back in school, when I was looked down on and bullied by kids I didn't even know for not having parents. Or when I was all alone, crying in a corner of the orphanage. Throughout my childhood, there were many moments like that, when all I wanted was to have you come back into my life. But you didn't come for me back then, when I actually needed you.
And I am so sorry for that. I really, really am.
I don't need your apology. That was long ago in the past. I'm fine now. If I wasn't fine now, there's no way I would be able to bring myself out here to meet you today.
Will you really not forgive me, even though I'm apologizing from the bottom of my heart? I promise I'll be good to you from now on.
It's not really a question of whether I forgive you or not. Now I just don't feel anything at all when it comes to you. I thought that as soon as I saw you, I would feel betrayed, or I would even feel like I did miss you and suddenly be overjoyed to see you. But instead, I just feel absolutely nothing.
So let's make lots of memories together from here on out. I heard that you're married now as well. If I had come to find you earlier, I would have been able to see you wearing a wedding dress. It's such a shame that I wasted my chance to make so many precious memories with you. So we need to make up for lost time. That brings me to the main thing I wanted to say today. Why don't you come and live with me?
What? Well, this is a bit sudden.
I got remarried, so I'm living with your stepdad now. But to be honest, things are quite difficult for the two of us at the moment.
Does your husband not have any children of his own?
What do you mean, your husband? You should be referring to him as your stepdad. Anyway, he does have kids of his own, but they live with their mom, so there would be no reason for your paths to cross with theirs. Don't worry.
I wasn't worried.
If you come and live with me, I'll do everything for you that I wasn't able to do for you before. You also wouldn't have to worry about paying rent or anything like that. I'm sure you must be renting right now, since you're still young and the market prices are high. But our house is under my husband's name, so living with us would take a financial burden off of you. And also, we would leave the house to you when we're gone. That way, the situation will benefit you and your husband as well.
Does she not know that we live with my husband's parents?
Well,
Bethany!
Oh? Callie?
What are you doing here? And who is this lady?
Oh, well, the thing is, I've been caught red-handed. Who is this delightful little girl?
Hey! Who are you calling little?
This is Callie, my husband's younger sister. It's so lovely to meet you, Callie. My name is Delia. I'm Bethany's mother. I'm sorry for calling you a little girl, but you do look very young. How old are you?
You wouldn't outright ask another adult how old they are like that now, would you? So why would you be so rude as to ask me? Because I'm just a little girl, huh? Don't underestimate me.
What? What a charming young lady. How amusing.
Well, I don't find anything about this situation amusing. Do you really think it's okay to be so condescending towards me just because I'm young? This is our first time meeting and you've already made a snap judgment about me. You think I'm not worthy of intelligent conversation because I'm just a silly little child. Even if that is what you think, you should at least be polite to start with and pretend otherwise. Don't you agree, old lady?
Old lady? Did you seriously just call me old lady?
When I first saw you, I thought you looked pretty old, so I figured it was appropriate. Or would you prefer me to call you something a little more affectionate, like... Ooh! Like Grandma!
I think you still have quite a lot to learn about minding your manners, young lady.
Why should I be polite to you when you've already been rude and condescending to me?
Callie!
Oh, and I heard you talking about houses and stuff earlier. I don't know why you were acting like you were doing Bethany and my brother a favor by letting them live in your house. My family's house is already in my brother's name.
No matter how annoyed you are, you shouldn't tell lies like that, young lady. How could such a young man be a homeowner in this economic climate?
So you somehow managed to find out that Bethany was married, but you didn't know that she was living with our family? My parents bought the house years ago, but it's already been transferred over to my brother's name. So it's all his. Technically, he's the one letting my parents and I live in his house, not the other way around. So no, Bethany and my brother are not renting. Oh, and it's a 2-story detached house out in the suburbs. So they don't need your charity. Thanks very much.
Oh, really? Is this true, Beth?
Well, yes. There's no point in dignifying a woman like her with an answer, Bethany. Let's just go. Come on. Get up and leave her.
Callie? What's gone into you all of a sudden?
Oh, by the way, old lady, what's wrong with your finger? There's no point in hiding it because I already saw that tattoo. I know the sign.
It's just a symbol I found online. I don't even remember what it means.
Ah, really? Come on, Bethany, we're leaving.
Callie! Beth! Beth! Come back!
Are you okay, Bethany? She's not running after us or anything, is she?
I'm fine, thanks. I think she did try and run after us for a while, but she lost us when we crossed over to a different street.
I haven't run that fast in a while. I'm all out of breath.
Now tell me, why did you act like that before? Even though I'm used to you being quite direct, that was the first time I'd ever heard you be so rude and cutting. It was a little extreme.
I'm sorry, Bethany. I forget that she's technically your mom. Was I a little too harsh? There's no need to apologize. I was a bit torn about what to do earlier, but your words solidified my resolve. But then the thing about the house being in your brother's name. Oh, well, I heard Mom and Dad talking about doing it eventually, so I figured it wouldn't hurt to bluff a little about it, since it's pretty much set in stone that it's going to happen anyway. Although my brother did say that he didn't need the extra stress of managing the household. Ah, so there was some truth to it then, I suppose. But leaving that aside, how did you even find the cafe I was in? I deliberately chose a place far from home so that nobody would see me. Ah, I guess you don't know. The rink where I do my hockey training is in that area. The school doesn't have the facilities, so we always have to go out there in order to do practice. And it just so happened that today is the day we were doing the makeup session since we missed our regular session last week.
Oh, I see. Well, you're right. I really didn't know that.
Before you got there, I had already ordered and was sitting in the corner scrolling on my phone, waiting for the barista. Mom had asked me to bring her a mocha latte on my way home, you see. Ugh, Mom is always making me run errands for her. Shall I text Bethany and see if she wants anything while I'm here?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Ugh, why is that old lady talking so loudly on the phone? This is a public place, you know. Not everyone wants to know your business, you know. Honestly, old people these days are always yelling at kids to be quiet, and then they go and make even more noise than the kids do.
There's no way she'll say no after this emotional reunion with her long-lost mother. There's no daughter who lived without a mother of 30 years who wouldn't give an arm and a leg to see her mother again.
Mother? Daughter? Is she meeting up with her long-lost daughter? This sounds a lot like Bethany's situation.
I'm quite a good actress, you know. All I need to do is say, "Oh, my darling Bethany," a few times. Oh, actually, maybe I should call her Beth. Nicknames are good. I feel like she probably goes by Beth. And then I'll whip out the crocodile tears for extra effect. She'll be putty in my hands after that. You know, I actually seduced her father in a similar way.
Beth? Surely this can't be a coincidence. But Bethany hates being called Beth. She always prefers to be called by her full name.
Well, the director of the orphanage insisted on not telling me. She kept telling me that she didn't know anything. All she said was that she knows that she got married and is now doing well for herself. Do you know how bitter that made me feel? Her mom is going through such a hard time and she's doing well for herself. How dare she? I can't have her living a life of luxury without sharing some of that with me. She seems to take after her dad to an irritating extent. It seems like she's earning quite a decent amount of money. She must be sharp like her dad. He said he couldn't live with me any longer and ran off and left me. But surely she isn't going to do the same thing to her poor mother here. I'll get her to come and live with me and pay my bills and living expenses, and act as if I'm desperate to make up for lost time with her. Because my husband and I cause so much trouble, we can't find work anywhere. We just get by, barely managing to make ends meet. But you know that I can be quite cunning when I need to be, can't I? Well, we got so thin because we were constantly on the run, paying off gambling debts. But we can easily come up with some story to deceive her until she agrees to come and live with us. We need to keep everything hidden from her until it's too late for her to back out. If she does realize that we're playing her one day, then I guess my husband and I will just run away again. The debt collectors will be onto her before they find us, and it will become her problem. Then she'll be able to sort out our little debt problem on our behalf once and for all. We can't try and dupe my husband's kids into doing this for us because they all hate his guts and don't trust him. It's so nice to be reminded that I have a daughter alive and well somewhere at times like this. Even if you throw a doll away in the trash, you can always drag it out again once you find a use for it. Don't you agree? Though, to be honest, I had actually almost forgotten that I ever even had a daughter. It's only this desperation that made me remember her.
Criminal records, gambling debts, constantly living on the run? This is crazy. The moment that old lady said your name, I started recording her while pretending to be on my phone. I think it would be better for you to see it with your own eyes than to just hear it from me. So you have complete confirmation that she is not a good person.
So this is what my mom wanted from me all along. This is why she appeared out of nowhere after 30 years and asked me to come and live with her.
Are you okay, Bethany?
No, I'm not okay at all.
Then how about you get some rest for now and we can talk about this again later?
No, I want to talk about it now. I want to hear everything you heard. I don't want to be spared a single detail. I feel like I'll only be able to achieve peace of mind once I know absolutely everything.
As soon as she saw you coming over to her, she immediately hung up the phone and acted like she hadn't even been talking to anyone. I had been a little unsure as to whether she was talking about you or not, but that confirmed it. That old lady hasn't missed you at all. She just wanted to use you for her own selfish purposes. I'm sorry that I have to be the one breaking this news to you. Despite everything, she is still your mom.
No, don't be sorry. I needed to find this out. To be honest, when my mom asked me to live with her and create memories together to make up for lost time, I really considered it for a second. I love spending time with your mom, so I thought that it would be even more wonderful to spend time with my own mom. So my resolve to be cold towards her did waver a little. You coming over and being so blunt with her helped bring me back to reality. So, thank you.
So you really believe me?
Of course I believe you. Your words may be a little harsh from time to time, but I know that you would never tell a lie. One of your biggest charms is your straightforward honesty, so I know that what you're saying right now isn't a lie. And the only reason you told me about this was for my own good.
I've really loved having you around ever since we first met, you know. I don't have any sisters. I only have my brother who likes to boss me around. So I was so happy when you came to live with us and were always so nice to me. You're my favorite person in the whole family, Bethany. I like you even more than I like my mom and my brother, you know. You make me tasty food every single day and you take interest in every aspect of my life. You take good care of me and you always check on me to see if I'm doing okay. I often think that you're even too good for my brother.
Thank you so much for saying that, Callie. It really means a lot. And you're my favorite person in the family as well. You're one of the most honest people I know. And you're lovely and adorable to boot. How could anyone ever not like you? Thank you again for today. You saved me from getting a one-way ticket to hell.
Bethany!
Oh, by the way, didn't you say that you went to that coffee shop to buy a mocha latte for your mom? Seeing how there's no coffee in your hands, I figured you ended up forgetting about it in the end.
You're so right! I ordered it, but I forgot to go up and collect it. I was too busy saving you from hell. But now I've gone and sent myself there since I'm going to hear no end of nagging from my mom when we get home.
Don't you worry. Now it's my turn to save you from hell. There's a really nice coffee shop just over the street there. How about we go and get your mom's coffee from there and also get ourselves a drink each as well? It will be my treat.
You're the best as always, Bethany.
Although I told my sister-in-law that I was fine, thanked her and carried on chatting as normal as we bought the coffees, as soon as I got home in the evening, I sank into a depression and just lay down in bed, unable to get up. I know that an awful person like that hardly deserves to be considered a mother, and I shouldn't cry over her. But I couldn't stop myself, and I just burst into tears. My mother-in-law and my husband kept asking what was wrong, but my sister-in-law just told them that I was going through a tough time and it was best to just leave me alone and ask me about it later when I was feeling better. And then she chased them out of the room. I was really grateful to her for understanding that I needed the space to grieve the relationship with my mom that could have been. After a while, she silently came back in with a bowl of warm porridge for me. Whenever she's ill or upset, she never has too much of an appetite. So I always bring her a bowl of warm porridge and I just put a few slices of fruit on top. To see her do exactly the same for me was incredibly touching, and I felt grateful to have her all over again. Eating the first spoonful of that porridge made the floodgates open again, and she turned to me and asked,
Bethany, what's wrong? Is it not tasty?
I told her no, I was actually crying because it was really tasty. It was so tasty that I could barely contain my emotions. That bowl of porridge was the tastiest bowl of porridge I had ever eaten in my entire life. I haven't been able to get any work done because you've been calling me all day long. What's wrong with you? Bethany, how can you just ignore your mother's calls like that? Do you not want to see me? No, I don't want to see you at all. And seeing how bothersome you're being today with the constant phone calls, it's making me want to see you even less. So let's agree to never cross paths again, okay? Bethany, but how can you just so coldly abandon your own mother like that? Abandon you? I think you'll find that you're the one who abandoned me. Please don't even think about trying to get back the daughter you already threw away once. I'm your daughter, not a doll. I didn't need to be picked up from the trash. I was able to stand up on my own 2 feet and climb out of the trash myself. I don't have anything else to say to you. Goodbye. After that, my birth mom kept calling me, but I never once picked up. Even if I blocked her, she would just start calling again from a new number. Then one day, she just stopped. It seems that either the debt collectors or the police must have finally caught up with her. That's my guess, anyway. Even if that is the case, there's no guarantee that one day she won't come looking for me again. I just hope that she ends up in jail so that she can never come and find me ever again. I firmly decided to completely sever myself from any ideas about my birth parents, since I now have a family who loves and cherishes me, and sometimes blood isn't thicker than water. Rather than chasing delusions from the past, I want to live my life focusing on giving all my love and attention to my new family. I will forever be grateful for them for everything they have done for me, and all the love they have shown me. What happened that day with my birth mom became my little secret just shared between my sister-in-law and me. My mother-in-law and husband were curious about what had happened to the two of us that day, but my sister-in-law just said,
It's none of your business,
when they asked about it, and they eventually stopped pushing the matter. Although she did get a few smacks from my mother-in-law. My sister-in-law still maintains that I am her favorite person in the family. After entering her final year of high school, she decided that she wanted to go to an Ivy League college. So my husband and I thought that it would be best to move out and give her some space so that she could focus on her studies, especially as our daughter was born right at the beginning of her first semester. However, she physically lay herself down at our feet and yelled at my husband,
Don't you dare take my big sister and my niece away from me! If you want to step 1 foot out of this house, you'll have to go through me first.
I'll never forget that hilarious scene. When she gets depressed while studying, she relieves her stress by blowing raspberries on the baby's belly. Sometimes she gets so caught up in playing with the baby that she ends up getting scolded by her mom. Callie, although I love you very much, once you go to college, I can't be there to take responsibility for you anymore. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you like it, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell so that you never miss any of our uploads. And why not leave us a comment in the comment section down below? See you in the next video!